Yeah, it's official. Um, as you guys know, last week I had a meeting with management. They said that they were no longer going to be allowing any kind of logging. I was a little surprised and taken back by that, and I had a conversation with two of the senior management that day, and they were both on the same page as not to let vlogging happen. I told you guys about it in our vlog last Sunday, and you guys gave overwhelming responses and really powerful responses. And that plus the regulars at the casino that came together and also questioned that decision. They actually spoke to management, and I know that management watched the vlog and went through and looked at the comments and really had a change of heart. And it's because you guys made it happen. So I just want to thank you guys for being as strong of a voice for my vlog as anyone could be. I also want to thank the patrons of Capital Casino for also speaking up and coming to my defense. And most of all, I'd like to thank the management at Capital Casino for understanding that this is in the best interest of the casino to allow the vlog to continue. And I'm proud that they came to that conclusion. They listened to you, they listened to their customers, and they acted accordingly. So thanks to all of you. The vlog is back. I also want to give a special thanks for some of the people that supported me locally. Alex from NorCal Poker, he was one of the very first people to reach out to me. He said that he could help me out if I needed it, and I think that was very generous for him to do that. I told him to hold off a little bit. I'm trying to work something out, and he was patient with me, and I already told him about the outcome. So it's official. The vlog is back. The vlog will stay, and you guys will get exactly what you asked for. And once again, thank you very much for this.
What do you mean we're back? We weren't gone. What are you talking about? I've been here the entire time. I don't understand. We're back? From where? Is there something you're not telling me?
Hey guys, welcome back to the vlog. I'm very happy to be able to say that again. If I sound a little groggy or slow, it's because I've been up all night making this video because I wanted to get it in your hands as soon as possible to let you know the good news. Management at Capital Casino heard your voice, heard and listened to their customers, and has decided to let the vlog continue. I believe they realize now that it is in the best interest of the casino and the customers. And for those of you out there in cyberspace, you get to have some entertainment, and maybe you can make that trip to Sacramento and come visit me at Capital Casino, because that's where I plan to play. All right. Now, this is a little shorter video than normal. It has a couple of really good hands. And next week, we'll be back to our regular vlogging schedule. So sit back, relax, enjoy. Here it comes. All right, we've been playing for about an hour and haven't really done much of anything. We're down about $70, and there was one player that limped in. I got ace queen offsuit from the hijack. I raised to $20. A strong player in the small blind now re-raises to 80. Yeah, he's a good player. He knows what my range is for opening from the hijack. It could be pretty wide. He could be 3-betting pretty light, or he can have a very strong hand. But ace queen's too strong to let go, so I put in the call, and we head off to a flop of ace 9-3 with 2 hearts. I do have the Queen of Hearts in my hand. If my opponent happens to have a hand like Ace King, yeah, I'm going to be in a world of hurt. But he could have a lot of other different types of hands, and he could just be representing an ace at this point. So when he bets out, I don't think I can go anywhere, of course. I have a very strong hand. It's definitely not worth raising, just calling the 55, and we'll see a turn card, which is the Ace of Diamonds. Now, this is a very important card because not only does it make it less likely for my opponent to have an ace, it's also less likely in his eyes that I have an ace. So if he has some sort of bluff, this is a good card to continue with. If he has, say, a big pocket pair, this is a good card to continue with. And if he has a flush draw, this is a good card to be bluffing with. He does end up firing for $100. Pretty good size bet. Now, I have a little over $300, or a little less than $300 left in my stack. Granted, I can probably shove here, but if I'm ahead, I'm way ahead, and if I'm behind, I'm way behind. And if he's bluffing, I just want him to continue to bluff. So I put in the call for the $100, and we're going to see a river card, which comes basically a complete blank of a 7 of spades. Shouldn't really help his hand any. Definitely doesn't help mine. The flush draw does miss. My opponent thinks for a little bit before he decides that he is going to check it on over to me. Now, of course, if my opponent had a hand like Ace King or better, I think he would just stick all the money in there now. I have about $200 left. So most likely he has some sort of showdown value, and he's checking it to bluff catch, right? Because the flush draw miss, I could easily have a hand like King, Queen of Hearts, Queen, Jack of Hearts, and so on. So it's a good play on his part, waiting for me to bluff it off. If I have a strong hand, then he can act accordingly, whether he wants to believe me or not. Of course, the only bet here is to jam all in. I think I had exactly 197, so roughly $200. My opponent tanks for a very long time, and I'm just going to cut to the chase. So after about 2.5 minutes, he decides to put in the call. Can't really get away from it. I turn over my ace queen. He flashes that he had pocket kings, so we were just one ace away from hitting a jackpot. Well, it's about 10 minutes later, and I pick up ace queen again. This time it is suited in diamonds. I am under the gun, open for $15. I end up getting 3 callers for the $15, and we're going to go 4 ways to a flop. Flop comes out ace high with 1 diamond. So it's a pretty good flop. I probably bet this about 80% of the time, and the other 20% I check back. This time I decided to check it, and it gets checked around. Turn card is a good one. It is a 9 of diamonds, but it's also a bad one because it makes all sorts of possible 2-pair and straights for those middling hands. So I decided to be a little bit cautious and check it. Player on my left bets for $25. Kind of a small bet. I thought about raising, but the player on my right also decided to call. Don't think I want to be raising 2 people on that board. Well, things get from bad to worse when it comes 6 of clubs on the end. So there is a one-liner to a straight. Player on my right checks. Of course, I check, and the aggressor bets for $50. Now, I would say that he has a tendency to go really, really thin for value. I mean, sometimes so thin that you should really just check it back. That plus a little tell that I've been looking for. I kind of picked this up on him when he is, let's just say, when he doesn't want to call. So when someone doesn't want to call and you're looking for a tell, basically you break out the chips and you cut them in front of him and see if he does what you think he should. And he seems like he's a little tense and that he doesn't want a call. So naturally that's enough motive for me to stick the money in. And I happen to be right when he turns over King 10. So he was going for very thin value with second pair, and our ace wins it. Well, this next hand, I am in the small blind with pocket fours and decided to defend a $20 open. And we go four ways to a flop with 83 in, and it comes ace four deuce with two clubs. Really good flop. Hopefully somebody has an ace and will fire, but it gets checked around. I go, well, I guess I have to do my own betting. And then we get the five of diamonds to put out a one-liner. Now, this is probably still strong enough to bet, but who's going to call me with that kind of board? So I decided to give one more free card, and hopefully something good would happen. It comes to seven of diamonds, and I go, well, I'm going to try to squeeze out just a little bit of value. So I bet $20. And now my opponent, who likes to squeeze out little bits of value all over the place, even with hands that really shouldn't be looking for value, decides to raise to $40. He could have 6-8, he could have a 3, but there's no way I'm going to be folding for $20. I stick it in, and he shows 5-7 offsuit for two pair. So we flop a set and got the minimum. We have a very active, aggressive player in seat one who has the $10 straddle on, and I've been looking for a hand to get involved with him all day long. Here I have pocket eights. Normally pocket eights is a raising type of hand, but that's when you want to get the blinds or get it heads up. I kind of want to get him to take the lead, and he likes to raise his straddles frequently. So I call the player who from the last two hands calls, and of course he raises to 40. We both put in the call, so we have $124 in the center, and we're going set mining against a $2,000 stack with 1,200 in chips in front of us. And the flop comes out the beautiful Queen 8-6 rainbow. Perfect flop. But he decided to check. I go for 1/3 pot bet. I want to get some calls. My opponent in the center of the table puts out a quick call, and the one to my right actually puts out a call too. All right, this is a key moment in the hand. I got both players calling me, and we're going to a turn card. Normally when I'm against two opponents and I have to watch one of them to see if they pick up some tells on them when the card comes out, I always pick the one that's the most dangerous, and this guy has a $2,000 stack and he's hyper aggressive. So I'm focusing on him when the dealer puts out the 9 of diamonds, and I notice something about it. His reaction is that of someone that just smashed it. I mean, just hit their dream card. And I looked at the board and I go, he has Jack 10. That's what he has. And then he gave off another tell. Very similar, but also very powerful, that he smashed it. And I'm thinking, oh my God. And he checks it over to me. And after seeing these two tells, there's no way in the world that I am going to be betting. I got a set against two loose callers, and I am terrified of betting at this point. My hope is that if I can check it and it gets checked around, I can see a cheap, free, in fact, river card. But that's not exactly how things turned out. So I check, and now the opponent behind decides to bet for $55. And I go, oh shit. Here it comes. Here comes the check raise. He's going to build a big pot. He got like 2,000 in chips. He says 170. And I'm going, God dang it. Why couldn't the other guy just check? Now I got to pay $170 to see if the board pairs, because I'm almost dead certain that he has Jack 10 at this point. All my reads saying that he just hit it. But as I said, he got a very deep stack, and me putting him 170, I got almost $1,000 behind. And if that board pairs, I think I'm going to get it all in because I think he's just going to jam this river. The other player folds out, so it's just the two of us now. And as I said, I got about $970, $980 left in front of me. He has me covered by quite a bit. He grabs some blue chips and just says, all in. So all day I've been waiting for this guy to play a big hand with him. I get a strong hand, flop a set, and now I get jammed on for all my chips. I decided to take my time and go through the hand again. I probably used more time than I really should have because I was pretty sure that he had it already. But in such a big situation and knowing that this player is sometimes splashy and is willing to put his chips at stake, I gave it the fair amount of process. And after several minutes, I decided that I think I just have to let this one go. As you can see, I was a little bit frustrated because here I am. This pot could have been a $2,500 pot, but the more I thought about it, the more I realized that he had to have it. I never did get a reveal, but I'm sure he had me beat. So after this hand, I decided it was time to leave, not because of me losing the pot, it's because I couldn't get the hand out of my mind. I kept on running over it, and just to make sure I made the correct decision. And I feel 95% that I was beat. There's a 5% chance that he might have had a hand like King, Queen of Diamonds, but I don't think he would have checked the flop if he did. So the only thing that really makes sense is Jack 10, and there was even a small possibility he had pocket nines. But both those hands had me beat, and I just had to give it up. For the week, we ended up winning $780. That's about where we are for the month. Once again, I just want to thank everybody for their support, and thank you for all those kind words. You really boost my my spirit because I needed it. I was kind of down in the dumps there for a while, and with your help, not only are we out of the dumpster, but we're back in action. So thanks again for all your help, and thanks again for Capital Casino for listening to their patrons and to you, the vlog watchers out there. Until next week, good luck at tables, and we'll see you back here soon. Hey, if you're interested in getting a little Bitcoin exposure without putting any real money at stake, this is a good way to do it. Sign up for the Gemini Bitcoin Credit Card. They give you $50 free Bitcoin when you sign up if you use my code. And you get, instead of cash back, they give you Bitcoin back into an account. So if you want to get a little exposure without any risk, this is the way to do it. I use it, and I'm very happy with it. Check for the link in the description of the vlog, and it'll send you right to their site, and you can read all about it.